I'm Martine.
I'm Jerod.
And I'm Valerie, and we are criminal defense attorneys coming to you from a rooftop in Los Angeles, California.
Today we're going to discuss prostitution. Many people seem to think that it's a very minor crime, but in reality it can carry very serious consequences for your job, for your record. It is a misdemeanor, and Valerie, I understand it has immigration consequences as well.
In fact, a lot of people don't know this, but prostitution is a carved out charge that if you're convicted, it is removable, meaning that the federal government, if you are not a citizen, can attempt to have you deported from the United States. So it is a very serious charge.
So if I have a green card and I'm caught up in this, I could be deported? Is that what you're saying?
That is.
So Jerod, can you describe how does a sting operation work? That's from my understanding, most of the arrests and prosecutions occur out of sting operations.
Yes, what happens is that somebody who advertises as a model, dancer, escort, entertainer on a site like Backpage or HX or City Vibe or Eros, the police are constantly monitoring those websites, and they will contact the person who has the ad, usually these days through text message. The vast majority of it is via text. And email is possible too, or phone calls, but text is really what we're seeing these days. They will then bring them to a hotel or an apartment. The person will arrive there, and whether or not they do anything, say anything that could potentially be incriminating, whether that happens or not, they get arrested 100% of the time for something once they show up.
So once the sting operation is in place, the police are there to make arrests?
They are there to make arrests. They are not there to let people go.
And so I've heard that it's very much a crime of words. How does that work? Well,
prostitution is a crime of words. There needs to be convicted of agreeing to engage in an act of prostitution. There has to be an agreement. So what happens is that the police will use the initial contact through the text message or email or phone call, and then they will try to close the deal once they are with the person they're trying to arrest in the room. There's never a recording. This is never recorded, which is an unusual thing. I should say that it's never recorded in the city of Los Angeles. I have never seen an LA City case that is been conducted or prosecuted by LAPD that there's a recording.
So these vice units, which specialize and do these sting operations, they bring in all these officers, yet they don't bother to record the conduct.
That is correct. I have lost count of the number of these cases that I've defended, and I have never seen a recording in an LAPD operation.
So how do they prosecute it, and why is a lawyer necessary in these kinds of cases if it seems like they don't have the most important piece of evidence?
Because they don't just dismiss these cases. There are sometimes diversion programs eligible, but oftentimes people can't take those diversion programs for reasons of immigration or employment. And what will happen is at trial, the police officer will get on the stand and just testify to what happened, even though there's no recording. It is a classic he said, she said, or he said type of case. And it just comes down to a credibility contest, which makes these cases very defensible even at trial.
Now, if someone is arrested on prostitution, but they don't have enough evidence to convict him of that, at trial, like you said, it being defensible, are there other crimes that they may be charged with?
Well, yes, this goes back to the original point that if somebody walks into a sting operation, they're not walking out with getting arrested. So they'll often charge them with escorting without a permit, giving a massage without a permit. These are Los Angeles Municipal Code violations. They can be reduced to infractions from misdemeanors. Sometimes those are charges you can negotiate down from prostitution. Sometimes you can negotiate it down to trespassing or disturbing the peace, which is less serious than prostitution. But again, it's all on a case-by-case basis. But if you're at a sting, you are getting hooked up for something. It's just going to happen.
The bottom line is that if you are arrested for prostitution and you have a court date, it's imperative you call a lawyer. It's a serious crime. As Valerie said, it's a deportable crime, and there are ways to defend it. We understand the ins and outs of prostitution crimes, so don't hesitate. Give us a call. Free consultation every time, and we'll be happy to help you out.